Lucas had always been drawn to the dark corners of the human psyche, and his latest project, film Meu Amante II, was no exception. A budding filmmaker with a penchant for suspense and mystery, he sought to craft a narrative that would grip audiences and never let go. The first installment had been a moderate success, but Lucas was determined to make the sequel a masterpiece. The story revolved around an intense love affair between Clara, a beautiful yet enigmatic woman, and Antonio, her mysterious lover. Their romance was passionate, almost obsessive, and riddled with dark secrets. Lucas spent months perfecting the script, researching the intricate details of obsessive love and the psychological toll it could take. He wanted every frame to convey the haunting reality of a love that had turned sickly and dangerous. The casting process was grueling, but eventually, Lucas found his Clara in Eva, a captivating actress with a knack for playing complex characters. Antonio was to be played by Marco, a brooding actor with a mysterious aura that fit the role perfectly. Filming began in an old, abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town, a place that exuded an eerie charm, perfect for the film's unsettling atmosphere. From the very first day, strange occurrences plagued the set. Equipment malfunctioned without explanation, and crew members reported feeling watched, even when alone. Lucas dismissed these incidents as mere coincidences, his mind too consumed by the vision of his film to entertain thoughts of the supernatural. As the days turned into weeks, the line between fiction and reality began to blur. Eva and Marco's on-screen chemistry was undeniable, but off-screen, their relationship grew strained. Eva confided in Lucas about disturbing dreams she had been having. Dreams where she was Clara, trapped in a twisted love affair that seemed to consume her very soul. Lucas, ever the skeptic, assured her that it was just her immersion in the role affecting her subconscious. One night, after a particularly intense scene, Eva approached Lucas with a look of genuine fear in her eyes. "Lucas, something isn't right. I found this in my trailer." She handed him an old, tattered diary. The cover was faded, and the pages were brittle, as if it had been hidden away for decades. The name Clara was scrawled across the first page. Lucas felt a chill run down his spine as he opened the diary. The entries detailed a torrid love affair between Clara and Antonio, mirroring the script almost verbatim. The further he read, the more disturbing the entries became. Clara's words grew increasingly frantic, filled with paranoia and terror. She wrote of Antonio's obsession, his controlling nature, and his descent into madness. The final entry was smeared with what appeared to be blood, ending abruptly with the words, "He won't let me go. He's always watching." Lucas tried to rationalize the diary's existence, convincing himself it was an elaborate prank by someone on the crew. But deep down, he couldn't shake the feeling that something far more sinister was at play. As filming continued, the tension on set escalated. Marco began to exhibit erratic behavior, his portrayal of Antonio becoming disturbingly real. He would often stay in character long after the cameras stopped rolling, his eyes filled with an unsettling intensity. One evening, Lucas stayed late to review footage. As he sat alone in the editing room, he noticed something peculiar. In several scenes, a shadowy figure lurked in the background, always just out of focus. It wasn't a crew member or an actor, it was something else entirely. Lucas rewound the footage multiple times, his heart pounding. The figure's presence was undeniable, a dark specter haunting every frame. Desperate for answers, Lucas delved into the mansion's history. He discovered that it had once belonged to a wealthy couple, Clara and Antonio, who had vanished under mysterious circumstances. Locals whispered of a curse, claiming the mansion was haunted by the lovers' restless spirits. According to legend, Antonio's obsession had driven him to madness, leading to a tragic end for both. As the final days of filming approached, the atmosphere on set grew oppressive. Eva became increasingly withdrawn, her eyes haunted by a fear she couldn't articulate. Marco's behavior grew more volatile, his obsession with the role consuming him entirely. The climax of the film called for a scene where Clara confronts Antonio, their love unraveling into a violent confrontation. The night of the shoot, a storm raged outside, the wind howling through the old mansion. The crew set up for the scene, the tension palpable. As the cameras rolled, Eva and Marco delivered their lines with chilling intensity. The scene reached its peak as Clara, played by Eva, screamed, "You're killing me, Antonio! Your love is killing me." In that moment, something snapped. Marco lunged at Eva, his eyes wild with a madness that transcended acting. Eva's screams echoed through the mansion, her fear all too real. The crew rushed to intervene, but it was too late. Marco's grip tightened around Eva's throat, his face contorted with rage. Lucas watched in horror, frozen in place. He could see the shadowy figure standing behind Marco, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. The figure seemed to merge with Marco, their forms blending into one. With a final, blood-curdling scream, Eva collapsed, her body limp and lifeless. The crew pulled Marco away, his eyes vacant and unseeing. He muttered incoherently, his mind shattered. Lucas fell to his knees, the weight of what he had unleashed crushing him. The mansion's curse had claimed another victim, its dark history repeating itself through his film. In the aftermath, Lucas abandoned the project, unable to face the horror he had wrought. The footage was locked away, the mansion sealed off once more. But the whispers persisted, tales of a cursed film that drove its creators to madness. Film Meu Amante II became a legend, a chilling reminder of the thin line between love and obsession, and the darkness that lurks within us all.